Right now, a year in, a new report this morning shows how the nation's hospitals are holding up.
Plus, making travel plans, where the CDC stands on summer vacations.
We're a little cooler out there this morning, but we're going to be tracking more in the way of showers and, dare I say, a snowflake or two. We have that in the first storm forecast.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday morning. It is March 25th. I'm Josh Breiter.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Leah has the rest of the week off. Well, from burned out medical staff to frustration over vaccine supplies, U.S. hospitals are in shambles. That is according to a new report from the Department of Health and Human Services Inspector General.
Research shows the challenges in hospitals are largely related to the ongoing intensity of having to deal with COVID. Hospitals reported long hours, more shifts, time away from family, and increased responsibilities caused by the pandemic. They say it's left staff, quote, exhausted, mentally fatigued, and sometimes experiencing possible PTSD. Administrators also sounding alarms over patients putting off routine care and checkups, including cancer screenings and cardiology tests.
In a sign of progress, though, against the pandemic, public health officials in Dane County say a record low number of people are in the hospital right now as a result of the virus. Public Health Madison in Dane County says as of Tuesday, only 12 people were hospitalized in the county with COVID-19. Only 3 people were in intensive care. Health officials did confirm 776 new COVID cases across the state in the last day. It's a pretty significant jump from Tuesday's total of 338 cases. Overall, cases are trending upwards. Also, 10 more people have died.
A new study finds 7 in 10 people hospitalized for COVID have not fully recovered 5 months after being discharged. Researchers in the UK discovering when the participants were followed up with, only 29% of people said they had felt fully recovered, while more than 90% of people had at least one persistent symptom. Mental health was also affected, with more than 25% of people having clinical symptoms of anxiety or depression.
An additional 41,000 people received a dose of the vaccine in the past day in Wisconsin. We're approaching 900,000 people, or a little more than 15% of the state's population, completing their vaccine series. That includes half of all people who are 65 and older. 105,000 of those people live right here in Dane County. That means more than 19% of the county is now fully vaccinated.
Millions of people in Wisconsin are now eligible for the vaccine this morning. Many with high-risk medical conditions are already getting appointments. Now, to get to this point, state health officials have had to make some tough decisions on who comes first. That means starting with Phase 1A, including frontline healthcare workers, moving to Phase 1B with people 65 and older in some occupations such as educators, then expanding to Phase 1C, which doesn't include any additional job categories, but instead adds an estimated 2 million people with underlying medical conditions.
They need it. They are at risk. They are anxious about this.
It just drives the anxiety up because of my underlying medical conditions. If I get sick, I will probably be hospitalized because of it.
We've been getting questions about how the state decides who's in and who's out, and our own Maddie O'Neill is diving into the process behind the path to protection coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Well, the CDC is advising against travel over the spring and the summer. It's all in an effort to slow the spread of the virus, of course. But after more than a year of the pandemic, a lot of folks are eager to take a vacation. So if you do take a trip, again, it is not recommended. AAA's Jeanette McGee says to ask questions before booking.
If you're planning vacations at a hotel and are excited to use the pool may or may not be open. Hotel restaurants may or may not be open, as well as health facilities.
Hotels may also have new protocols like virtual check-in. AAA says road trips are always a popular thing to do during the spring and the summer. I expect those to be maybe a little bit different this year. Gas prices are climbing too and may continue to rise throughout the summer.
If you do take a trip, the CDC recommends taking a COVID test 1 to 3 days before a trip and to keep a copy of your negative test results with you during your trip. The agency also advises you to get tested 3 to 5 days after you return and self-quarantine for 7 days. One travel option you won't have for a while here in the States, cruises. The CDC is turning down a cruise industry request to lift its no-sail order. That order was issued last March, and the Cruise Lines International Association voluntarily suspended all operations. The association said it's now asking the Biden administration to lift the order by early July, but the CDC responded saying its order will stay in effect until November 1st. Some cruises are resuming operations in the Caribbean, though, but you do have to fly to another country to get on board.
Yeah, I think you also might have to get vaccinated as well to be on one of those cruise ships. We'll keep waiting, I guess. Well, the new information here just in the last few minutes. When you do decide to travel again, you'll have a few new options out of Milwaukee's Mitchell International Airport. United Airlines says it's adding some nonstop flights to popular destinations. Myrtle Beach, Charleston, South Carolina, Pensacola, Florida, Portland, Maine, and Savannah, Georgia. Now options out of Mitchell. All 5 cities have never had nonstop flights to Wisconsin before. The move comes in anticipation of more people planning to travel in the coming months. Tickets for the flights are on sale right now. I think they're scheduled for a couple days of the week. Fridays and Saturdays, popular days to get out of town. Some interesting news out of Milwaukee this morning. Now, let's turn it over to Chris Reese here at 6:05 in your first warn forecast. With weather like this, gloomy and rainy, I don't blame people for wanting to get away.
I know. I was going to say, I've taken a weekend trip to Charleston before. Now, granted, that was 2 years ago at this point, but I see where Milwaukee's coming from with that. In the meantime, here we're cooler out there this morning by about 8 degrees for us in Madison, 10 degrees cooler in Juneau, Wautoma. You're 14 degrees cooler than where your temperature started out yesterday. We're at 40. Yesterday at this time we were at 48, but we've seen our temperature fall 2 degrees as we've gone throughout the course of the show, and temperatures will likely fall another degree or 2 before things truly start to warm up with the rising sun. 45 is the temperature for Janesville right now. Juneau at 38. We're at 37 in the Dells. Viroqua is coming in at 38 as well. No showers for us over southern Wisconsin at the moment, but I am focusing on the south and west. This is where our shower chance will come from later on this afternoon and more so into tonight. I'm also focusing down on the deep south. That's where they have showers and thunderstorms along with the high risk for severe weather. Keep in mind, the high risk, that's level 5 out of 5. Typically, we only see this once every several years, but we've seen it twice in a week over some of the same parts of the country, and this time could be worse than last time. Certainly something to watch for, but the biggest concern is the probability of strong tornadoes, especially in places like Nashville, Memphis, Huntsville, down towards Tupelo and Jackson, Mississippi as well. So it's something to watch. We're going to be calm in our weather today. A lot of cloud cover out there. Temperatures top out right around 47 degrees or so. We'll see those isolated showers at times, but again, it's especially tonight that I'm watching as temperatures cool down. We'll have the opportunity for some sleet, some snowflakes to get in on the mix as well, but temperatures are above freezing. I'm not worried about accumulation. I'm not really worried about icy spots or anything as well. By tomorrow morning, watch how things really begin to clear on out. Temperatures warm up into the 50s with some sunshine. Enjoy that. More rain comes our way Saturday night, or Friday night rather, into early Saturday. Saturday itself looks to be a bit of a dreary, rainy day around here, but Sunday recovers well. We are going to start out next week with phenomenal weather, sunshine and temperatures that will be close to that 60-degree mark. With enough sunshine, some of us just may do it. Traffic-wise, the Beltline, all those main arteries are in great shape. We are watching a couple of slowdowns inbound on East Washington as you get closer towards the Capitol. That's expected. You have a lot of lights, the traffic lights there, so you're going to see those slowdowns at times. We're also seeing one outbound on US 14 headed towards Oregon as some construction is underway, but we are not seeing any major issues on the roadways this morning.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. 6:08 right now. It's been 64 days since President Biden took office, and he'll give his first official press conference today from the East Room of the White House. The president is expected to promote his coronavirus relief bill and his administration's success in ramping up the vaccination effort. Also expected to come up today, immigration on the southern border, which Mr. Biden's critics say has turned into a crisis on his watch. President Biden has gone the longest of any president in the last 100 years before giving his first proper press conference, though he has taken some questions at other events.
Wednesday was Equal Pay Day at the White House. Today marks how much longer women typically must work to earn the same amount a man would have in the preceding year. President Biden signed a proclamation acknowledging the day and said that his administration is going to fight for equal pay until it becomes a reality for all women. Soccer players from the U.S. women's national team were there to speak about the issue.
Despite all the wins, I'm still paid less than men who do the same job that I do. For each trophy, of which there are many, and for each win, for each tie, and for each time that we play, it's less.
First Lady Jill Biden also delivered brief remarks at the event. She recalled how when she first started teaching, she was surprised to learn that she was making only 75% of what a male colleague in the same job was making.
The Ho-Chunk Nation's Beloit Casino is one big step closer to happening. Governor Evers signed off a federal decision to turn the project's 32-acre site into trust status to build a casino. The proposed complex includes 300 hotel rooms, 45,000 square feet of meeting and convention space, and a 40,000 square foot water park. That means about 1,500 permanent jobs for the Beloit area at the casino and resort complex, and more than 2,000 construction jobs.
This is going to be the cornerstone of the economic recovery from the pandemic. We're really excited about the amount of jobs this creates, not just for Ho-Chunk people too, because this will be a fantastic asset in the greater Beloit community.
There are a couple more administrative hurdles. The Federal Department of the Interior still has to approve taking land into a trust, and the Ho-Chunk Nation will need to amend its gaming contract with the state before the project moves forward. But the Beloit city manager is optimistic that construction can start within the next year.
6:10 right now. Coming up, a new development in this week's shooting at the Madison Men's Shelter.
Plus, time is running out to vote a city here in the 608 as strongest town in America. We'll speak live with Middleton City Administrator on what you need to know to put them on top when we come back.
Max your tax refund at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off. Plus, get 4 years free financing and get tax included on purchases over $499. Two-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $899, tax included. Max your tax refund at A1 Furniture.
Rogan's is your one-stop running shoe destination. Count on expert advice, the best fit, and a huge selection of the best name brands. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Every child, no matter their zip code, should have access to a great public education. As a former teacher and superintendent, I know what it takes. I've led schools to high student achievement, I've expanded preschool, and I've balanced budgets. My opponent can't be trusted. She's backed by Scott Walker, and she tried to cover up a $500,000 financial scandal. Our kids deserve better. I'm Jill Underly. As state superintendent, I'll always do what's best for our kids.
There are endless ways to see the world. But when it comes to actually getting there and experiencing every soul-changing corner of it, there's only one. The Jeep Cherokee.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models.
Get spring sports savings with cleats from Rogan's. Right now, you'll save with 20% off on baseball, track, soccer, and football shoes. Cut into these savings at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Match your tax refund on a new mattress at A1 Furniture. Top brands on sale. And get tax included on any purchase over $4.99. Plus, get 4 years free financing with Queen Pillow Top just $3.49. Match your tax refund on a new mattress at A1 Furniture.
.614 now. The suspect on the loose in the Madison men's shelter shooting is now charged. Police say surveillance video shows Ronald Stevens arguing with a man and then shooting him 3 times at close range. Stevens, pictured on your screen right now, who again is not in police custody this morning, is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Stevens is considered dangerous and possibly armed. We are learning more about the man who was shot at that shelter this week. The court documents that we saw say that one of his wounds is right below his heart, another is his thumb and in his side. The victim has a collapsed lung as well, but doctors didn't have to operate on him. In fact, they are leaving the bullets for now. Going forward, the shelter says it'll have increased security to prevent future incidents. Starting last night, 2 security guards will be on site each night from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Guests will also have to go through a weapons and metal detection screening process before being let in.
The investigation continues this morning on a possible hate crime in Sun Prairie. Police were alerted to this Twitter post alleging a woman was attacked and robbed after being followed home from Walmart. The post says the victim contacted the police, but the Sun Prairie Police Department says it has no record of the alleged crime being reported. Officials contacted other law enforcement agencies to see if they had received any reports of the incident, but none of them did. News 3 Now asked Madison, Sun Prairie Police Departments, and Dane County Sheriff's Office about the incident, and all 3 of them say they currently have no evidence to support the alleged victim's claims. We also reached out to the person who posted the tweet, but have not received a response. Right now, police are also investigating after name-calling and vandalism by a customer at a restaurant in Cadott. That's just right outside of Eau Claire. It happened last Wednesday at the Cadott family restaurant. A woman caused a scene by using racial slurs towards staffers and then skipped out on her check. On its Facebook page, the Cadott Police Department called the whole thing a disgusting scene, adding, quote, "This is not only theft and disorderly conduct, but it is also shameful on both the woman who did it and on our community as a whole."
The suspect in the Colorado grocery store shooting spree that killed 10 people is due in court this morning. The hearing is meant to advise Ahmed Al-Alawi Alisa of the charges that he's facing, his rights, and his next court appearance. The statement also said that it will be the 21-year-old's first court appearance in what will likely be a lengthy court process. Alisa faces 10 counts of murder and an attempted murder charge, all stemming from the rampage on Monday at King Soopers grocery store in Boulder. 6:17 now as we turn our attention to Chris Reese with 3 things to know today. Hey, Chris.
Hey, we're still keeping that cloud cover around today, but I promise you can use those sunglasses as we move into your Friday. That is when the sunshine does return. But between now and then, we do have a chance for rain and maybe even a little bit of snow as we head into tonight. Here's high-resolution radar as we speak, though. Things are all clear for us in the meantime, all throughout the Badger State. We are watching those rain chances increase back towards the south and west, and I want to show you this just south of Sioux City. That's where you see a little bit of a mix, at least trying to develop. Whatever happens tonight is going to be so light that you may not truly even notice it. Most of us are going to be in bed by the time it gets here, but nonetheless, you will see the cloud cover. We're at 40 out there this morning. The wind chill 3 degrees cooler at 37. We'll be at 43 by 10 o'clock. Temperatures by lunchtime will be right at 45 degrees, and then we'll watch how temperatures begin to warm up to 47 for that afternoon high. That being said, take the umbrella with you today. Showers could pop up at any moment. You may want a light jacket, but again, this is not a sunglasses day, not until tomorrow at least.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Time right now to slow things down and check out what's happening in the 608 this morning. Time is running out to vote the City of Middleton on top of a unique competition happening right now. Middleton City Administrator Mike Davis joins us live to talk more about the Strongest Towns contest. Mike, first off, good morning, and thanks for joining us in the 608 this morning.
Good morning.
So talk a little bit about the Strongest Towns competition that Middleton is a part of right now.
Well, the Strongest Towns movement is a national movement, and it's cities, towns, villages around the country. And we have entered a competition. It's all about partnerships, resilience, building sustainably and equitably, making your community better for all genders, all generations, all races, all ethnicities. And it's exciting to be part of the competition. I think it's a reflection on the entire Madison area. So whether you're part of Middleton or Waunakee, Sun Prairie, Verona, Madison, Monona, McFarland, Fitchburg, you know, we can all take ownership in
what do you think
seeing Middleton do well.
What do you think stands out with the area right here, and why do you think we should be put on top?
Well, I think it's, you know, a balance of building responsibly, sustainably, with good finances and equity for all. And that's what we strive to do in Middleton. And I think in the entire Dane County area, we're seeing a lot of that. And we've come through tough times, of course, and have more tough times yet in front of us with the pandemic. And so how we grow responsibly and sustainably is very important.
So today at noon is a big milestone. What do people need to know about the rest of this competition going forward?
Well, you can go to strongtowns.org and vote for Middleton versus Lockport, Illinois in the competition. This would help us get to the Final Four in the Strong Towns national competition. And remember, you know, if you're a Packers fan in Wisconsin, be a Middleton fan for the day at least, and vote for us before noon today.
Well, Mike Davis, you've got my vote for sure. We'll get all of this up on channel3000.com. Thanks for joining us in the 608 this morning.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
You bet. Chris?
All right, coming up in our next half hour, new data on how well AstraZeneca's shot works.
Also ahead, it is back to the classroom for the state's largest district when Milwaukee students will be back in school coming up.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the foundation for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to be a part of this community for 76 years. During our anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $76. Carpet one room or your whole house, and we'll install it for only $76. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
At US Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. So we're building our powerful 5G network for the millions of Americans who live outside of New York and LA, like teachers in Madison and small business owners in Rockford. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge for everyone, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo has a question for you. Have you ever bought a piece of furniture in a box and then had to put it together yourself? We know it's not fun. At McGann's, everything is professionally inspected and assembled before pickup or delivery. Goodbye headaches, and there's no extra charge for assembly. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in soon and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Well, here's a sign that spring has certainly sprung, huh? Some crocus blooms. I learned something new this morning. The plural of crocus could either be crocuses or croci.
Well, there you go. I just learned something too. Thanks, Chris.
We want to thank Mary for sharing her lovely picture of her croci with us this morning. She used the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and her picture got featured on the air. You can do it too. Thanks again, Mary. Hey, puzzles picked up in popularity during the pandemic, but one man in Germany thinks he deserves the title of Puzzle King for his efforts. Check this puzzle out. 54,000 pieces, maybe the world's biggest. It's 28 feet long. He worked on it 6 days a week for a few hours, and then once a week he'd do a puzzle marathon for up to 14 hours. The guy who put it all together says not only is this his biggest work, but it also puts him closer to a lifelong goal of 500,000 pieces. Right now, he estimates he's done about 430,000 pieces. I like that. It's like a bunch of little puzzles in a great big puzzle.
That is fantastic. That is huge. That's a lot of puzzles right there.
Man, my family and I, we sat down and tried doing, I think, a 500-piece puzzle together. It took us like 2 days. It took us a long time, but it was a good family bonding. Got to learn a lot about my kids' personality and how well they work together with everybody. It was good times.
There weren't any pieces missing, were there?
No, we had. It was a brand new box. So
oh, there you go.
Going for us.
That's always the worst. You get to the end and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What's getting me is watching him lays down. It almost looks like he's laying flooring.
I know, right? It does. It does too. Yeah, you could seal that up, and that could be your new flooring. Yeah. All right, Chris, got time left for a quick weather.
Yeah, hey, we're watching the possibility of a severe weather outbreak down south. We're going to be watching this part of the country closely for a potential tornado outbreak. In the meantime, our temperatures are going to be in the 30s and 40s this morning. We'll warm up to 47 this afternoon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I do all my shoe shopping at Rogan to choose from the huge selection and save. Plus, I can get my second pair half price now or save my receipt and get my second pair later. Rogan's makes saving easy.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
New 2021 Camry. Drive for only $199 a month. You've been waiting, and it's back. It's the Ready, Set, Go sales event at East Madison Toyota with huge savings on new 2021 Camry. Just $199 a month, plus complimentary first month's payment. Ready to save big? Then go now to East Madison Toyota. New 2021 Camry. Drive for only $199 a month at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
Rogan's is your one-stop walking shoe destination. Count on expert advice, the best fit, and a huge selection of the best name brands. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
This morning, an update from AstraZeneca, how much the company's new COVID vaccine data differs from the data it released earlier this week.
And 200 possible counts of sexual assault. That's what one man in Racine County could be facing. How one survivor brought the case to officials and what comes next in the investigation.
Well, it may be another day that's gray, but the sun will come out tomorrow. We'll have that full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
I'm going to have that song in my head all day long. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It is Thursday, March 25th. I'm Josh Sprider.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Let's sing it, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I know.
Hey, I was ready for it.
I know. I was about to jump right in.
Chris, yeah, I know you guys would. We'll spare everybody my brutal singing voice. Leah has the rest of the week off, by the way. We really appreciate you tuning in this morning. There was some new data this morning on just how well the AstraZeneca vaccine works. The company says its vaccine is 76% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID cases. That is 3 percentage points less than the data it originally released earlier this week. An independent board had raised concerns that some of the data included in AstraZeneca's initial study was outdated. The updated data still shows the vaccine is 100% effective against severe cases, hospitalization, and deaths.
A new survey conducted by the Biden administration shows the inequities brought about by virtual learning. As of last month, nearly half of the country's elementary schools were open for in-person learning, but the share of the students learning in person varies greatly by region and race. Most non-white students are still learning entirely online. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona says the findings show critical gaps for in-person learning, especially for students of color. That survey coming as the administration plans to send $81 billion to states to get kids back into the classroom. The money comes from the COVID-19 relief law. It'll go toward helping schools buy PPE, hire nurses, counselors, and custodians, and avoid layoffs. President Biden says he wants states to take the next steps. It's unclear how much money the administration will send here to Wisconsin. And the state's largest school district will soon return to in-person instruction. Milwaukee Public Schools employees will return to the classroom in less than 3 weeks on April 12th. That district will start a phased reopening plan for students after that date.
6:32 right now. A man in custody this morning in Racine and could face nearly 200 counts for numerous sexual assaults. Investigators say they found numerous videos of assaults on Shane Stenger's phone and laptop. The county sheriff says the 41-year-old often travels between states, too, so they're investigating just how many of the man's alleged survivors could be out there.
Let's think about this. This is a man who is traveling between Iowa and Wisconsin and God only knows where else in our country, and victimizing people. He's drugging them, he's befriending them, and he's sexually assaulting them, and then videotaping them. So the purpose of this, and gathering all you here today in this room, is to put that message out. If you know this person, and if you feel you've been part of his prey, if you will, and been a victim, you need to contact us so we can start that investigation.
This is fascinating right here. This investigation all started with a sexual assault complaint in the town of Rochester, 20 miles east of Racine. A woman told deputies that she'd found videos on a laptop of herself being sexually assaulted. She says she has no memory of the assaults and thinks that she was drugged. The survivor made copies of the videos and turned them over to authorities. Officials say the investigation is ongoing. A QAnon supporter from Neshota, Wisconsin, will be back in court in May. Police say 31-year-old Ian Allen Olson shot a paintball gun at an active Army base in Pewaukee while shouting, "This is for America," as he aimed at Army reservists. No one was hurt. In court yesterday, though, the judge ordered that during his trial, Olson is not allowed to use or have any firearms, including paintball equipment.
The massacre suspect in Colorado is due in court for his first appearance today. Ahmed Elisa is expected to be charged with 10 counts of murder, one for each person killed in the Boulder supermarket mass shooting. Investigators haven't yet determined a motive for the rampage. CBS News has learned that Elisa's mental health is being looked at as a potentially significant factor in the killings.
SSM Health will run a vaccination clinic today for local restaurant workers. The group's teaming up with Salvatore's Tomato Pies at the downtown location. Roughly 200 restaurant workers who are a part of the Madison Area Chefs Network and the Culinary Ladies Collective will get the one-dose Johnson & Johnson shot. Folks getting Pfizer or Moderna vaccines need to come back for a second dose, right? Experts say that it is highly recommended that people get their second dose at the same spot. The DHS says going to the same location helps with the vaccination supply chain from the federal government and the state. It also makes it easier on you. Dr. Ponoff with UW Health tells our Milwaukee affiliate it's much easier for vaccinators to inject you in the same spot the second time. Experts also say it ensures that you have the right timing between both doses and that you'll get the correct vaccine.
A new study shows the antiviral drug remdesivir shortens the amount of time someone is sick with COVID-19. That study published in the journal JAMA Network Open. This doesn't mean remdesivir is a cure, but the findings do add to existing evidence that the drug can lighten the burden of the virus. It's the first drug fully approved by the FDA to treat COVID. Take a look at this on your screen. Allergy season is upon us, which could make it hard to know whether your symptoms are from the season or from COVID. Public Health Madison and Dane County sharing this graphic on Facebook rather. It is from their CDC showing which symptoms are specific to each and which ones overlap that time of the year.
Yeah, I know, right? An interesting graphic. Could be very useful. So check that out. Let's check in with meteorologist Chris Reese now with a look at your first one forecast. Big temperature change from yesterday morning, right?
Yeah, yesterday was a warmer morning. This morning it's a cooler morning out there. Not only did colder air move in, but that cloud cover has worked. And now as the sun comes up, we don't budge all that much as we go into the afternoon. But the sun's trying to rise. Our temperature is at 40. Winds are out of the north at 5. We still may drop another degree or two before we actually start to see those temperatures truly recover. 45 is the temperature in Janesville right now, but check out spots in the 30s, especially further towards the north. 37 for Black River Falls, Camp Douglas, the Dells, and Waitoma. Boscobel's waking up at 43, 40 for Platteville, Monroe coming in at 41. High-resolution radar is going to be all clear for us in the meantime, so no issues as you immediately head out, but I still want to encourage you to at least take the umbrella. Showers are trying to develop back towards the south and west, and these will be over us as we move into the afternoon and evening, and then later on tonight things may get a little interesting as the S word comes into the picture. But I also want to take a moment to focus on the deep south, as this is where we could see a severe weather outbreak later on today. So if you have friends and family in places like Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Alabama, you certainly want to give them a call. We have a high risk. This is level 5 out of 5 for the strong severe thunderstorms as we move into this afternoon and evening. And what we're truly concerned about is that potential for tornadoes. You see all these black dashes? That's where the possibility of strong to violent tornadoes is there, and nonetheless there is a high risk. Again, by the way, this is the first time in 30 years that you've had 2 high risks in the month of March, let alone that being the same part of the country. So intriguing weather for them. We still have the tame side of things. Cloudy skies stick around as we go through the rest of the day. We'll be at 45 by lunch. Temperatures top out right around 47 as we move into the afternoon. You see that chance for the shower or two as we go throughout your day, but it's really later on tonight, especially towards the south and east, that I truly expect the best shower chances to be around. And as those temperatures begin to cool down, watch how we start to get the wintry precipitation getting into the mix. But I want to show you, you see 35 and 36. I expect temperatures to stay above freezing. If any snow sticks on grassy surfaces, it'll mainly be a trace, a little coating. By the time the sun comes out tomorrow morning, we are getting rid of that cloud cover. This sets the stage for the sunglasses as we move into your Friday. Like I said, the sun will come out. But tomorrow, enjoy it, because by the time we get you towards Friday night and early Saturday, that's when the next system comes our way. That system Likely leads to a dreary Saturday. Rain chances stick around. Temperatures will be right around 51. 50 with sun on Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday are going to be fantastic with those temperatures into the upper 50s. Plenty of sunshine. Another rain chance on Wednesday. Another rain chance with temperatures in the 60s by next Saturday. First warn traffic. We are always watching that for anyone getting ready to head out. In Madison, roads are pretty much all in good shape. You would get what you expect as you head towards East Washington Avenue. Most of Dane County is overall in good shape, but one area I'm watching in Rock County is this Highway 213 just south of Evansville. It is closed due to a crash. So if your commute takes you this way this morning, I would suggest finding an alternate route around 213. Yes, it's going to take you a little longer, but you just want to avoid that area as they work that crash. The rest of Rock County, things are all smooth.
All right, good information, Chris. 6:39 now. Hey, we're exactly 1 week away from opening day at American Family Field. You know it is Miller Park, right? A new survey shows that fans are ready to get back in the stands. Oracle Food and Beverage surveyed 1,000 Americans about going back to live sports. More than half say they plan to go back to stadiums within the first 4 months after they reopen. A third of those surveyed say that they'll be back in the stands immediately. The Brewers plan to welcome back fans next week against the Twins. The stadium will be at 25% capacity. You still have a shot at going to the games. Single game tickets go on sale tomorrow morning. Tickets from opening day through May 2nd will be available starting at 10 a.m. Single game tickets for the month of May will be announced at a later date. You can find everything you need to know to secure a ticket up right now at channel3000.com.
There will be some new rules for Brewers fans who secure a spot at one of the home games. Most notably, cash won't be accepted in the ballpark. Fans who show up intending to use cash can use kiosks at the park to exchange for money and for a prepaid card that can be used anywhere credit cards are accepted. That goes for both inside and outside the park. Tailgating also won't be allowed. Fans will be able to order concessions on their phones through the MLB Ballpark app or by texting a certain number. Well, a name change at the Brewers' home stadium also means an upgrade in accommodations for the team's mascot. The team showing off Bernie Brewer's new chalet in the left field corner of American Family Field. The design replaces Bernie's old dugout. It's a bit of a throwback to his old chalet at Milwaukee County Stadium. Hard to believe it's already 1 week away, Chris.
Yeah, you're going to be there, right, Josh?
Yeah, we're going to be there. We're going to have full coverage from opening day. I'm excited. You know, I've been to Miller Park one time before, but this will be my first time at American Family Field,
Oh,
Chris.
there is nothing like it. And I saw this week that they're still doing the shuttles back and forth between bars and the stadium. I think about a dozen or so bars are going to start those back up this year. So at least fans will have that since there's no tailgating.
Yeah, some changes this year, but they're making it work, and baseball is back. So that's the good news. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now on a Thursday morning. Still some gloomy conditions out there as we take a look at the Capitol, but Chris Reese is tracking when the sunshine will return in his first warn forecast.
And men wearing makeup. It's a new trend during the pandemic, how companies are trying to get guys to buy their products after the break.
Celebrate Ashley HOMESTORE's anniversary sale with our biggest scratch and save event ever. Come in today for special buys and doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, no interest financing for 60 months. Then stop in store for your scratch-off card and win exclusive bonus offers. Ashley HOMESTORE.
Want to know how we make your glasses so fast? It's all done right here. With a lab in every store, our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish. You get them in as little as 30 minutes. No cut corners, just quality, affordable glasses. Only at iMart Express.
Gobin Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2018 Chevy Cruze starting at $11,995 or $195 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2018 Chevy Cruze at $11,995 or $195 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your home. Steinhafels has the largest in-stock selection of the newest styles at the lowest prices. Right now, save 35% store-wide on furniture for every room in your house. A new leather sofa for the living room, a mattress for the bedroom, or a solid wood dining set for the kitchen. And with patio season just around the corner, find the newest styles with savings up to 50%. So shop Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? And who decides what's right? Is it right for an insurance adjuster to try to get you to settle for less than you deserve? Is it right to let victims struggle to pay their medical bills? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. It means doing what's right for you. Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Celebrate Ashley HOMESTORE's anniversary sale mattress blowout on now. Shop online or in store and save up to $1,000 on doorbusters like these. Plus, Beauty Rest doorbusters are now up to 65% off. And Tempur-Pedic mattresses for as low as $30 a month. Ashley HOMESTORE.
Tonight on CBS, it's a night of comedy and drama, beginning with Young Sheldon at 7, followed by Be Positive at 7:30, Mom at 8, and Bob Hart's Abishola at 8:30. At 9, Clarice must find the psychological key that will unlock a confession from a suspect in the River murders on a rebroadcast of Clarice, followed by News 3 Now at 10, the latest news and weather you need to have before you go to sleep tonight.
We are back at 6:45 for people in TV like all of us right here. We have to look our best for you at home. That means putting on some makeup, and it turns out some of you at home are also jumping on the trend. Marketing firm Mo says Google searches for men's makeup looks jumped nearly 80% last year compared to 2019. With more virtual meetings, everyone wants to try to look a little better. The trend is helping cosmetic companies like Strix, which now has products in thousands of CVS stores across the country.
We are here today where we would have been in like 5 years had it not been for the lockdowns and quarantines and things like that. So I definitely think we've accelerated this trend.
Male cosmetic lines are doing things like using new packaging and selling the items near men's razors and skincare in drugstores in hopes of making men more comfortable with the concept. Not a fan, guys. I'm not a fan. It just takes too much time and it makes my face not feel very good.
Yeah, and especially after wearing it for just a few hours, like after the show, like I can't wipe this stuff off fast enough.
It honestly is like my favorite moment of getting home. It's like I cannot get that makeup wipe fast enough.
Oh, it is a refreshing feeling, isn't it? Chris Reese, you don't wear makeup most of the time.
I really don't. I'm not wearing any today. Most days I'm completely makeup free. The funny thing is, when I do put it on, I get that little confidence boost, you know? You're like, oh, I definitely look good right now. But the reality is, you know, if I'm gonna wear makeup, there's a couple reasons. One, either the weather's gonna be quite bad that day, and I know a lot of people are gonna be watching, so I wanna make sure I look good for that, or my self-confidence was just lower that morning, and I was like, all right, your delivery is all about confidence, so give yourself a little, but I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, not too bad. So, you are rather confident about today's forecast, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot of cloud cover. It's really this time of the year in this part of the country. Cloud cover is always something to be confident in. We really struggle to get rid of it a lot of the times, but I also expect us to do so tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow, folks. In the meantime, we're still dealing with another gray day and another chance of rain and perhaps a couple of snowflakes as we move into tonight. High-resolution radar across the Badger State, it's good for us now, but it's the southwest that I'm watching. The state of Iowa, we already see a lot of those showers trying to pop up. They'll be here eventually. 40 degrees is where we stand in terms of temperature. We'll gradually start to increase those temperatures. 43 by 10 o'clock, 45 by lunch. I expect those highs to be right around 47 by this afternoon. So take the umbrella, maybe a light little jacket as well. But again, the sunglasses, you don't need those until tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chris. Stick around. The morning sprint is coming up after the break.
But first, it is March 25th, and we want to say happy birthday to Daxton, Riley, and all the other kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Max your tax refund at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off. Plus, get 4 years free financing and get tax included on purchases over $4.99. Two-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $8.99, tax included. Max your tax refund at A1 Furniture.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In the Fitchburg area, contact Tarkenton Brothers Heating, Ventilating, and Air Conditioning for quality comfort solutions.
Over 10 years ago, we made a promise to redefine everything a truck can be. And while we've made good on that promise by winning back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards, the work is never done.
During Ram Truck Month, hurry in and get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $4,000 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500. Visit ram.com and see your local Ram dealer today.
You expect students to make a mess in schools, but the superintendent, under Deb Kerr's leadership, the Brown Deer School District was a financial mess. Kerr's district's accounts were overdrawn by $500,000, slamming her district with late fees. And instead of firing the employee responsible, he was given paid leave, costing taxpayers $136,000 more to pay him to do nothing. Scandals, cover-ups, taxpayer money wasted. Deb Kerr, the wrong choice for state school superintendent.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
Match your tax refund on a new mattress at A1 Furniture. Top brands on sale. And get tax included on any purchase over $4.99. Plus, get 4 years free financing with Queen Pillow Top just $349. Match your tax refund on a new mattress at A1 Furniture.
Deciding who's next in the COVID vaccine queue tonight at 10.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
A shooting suspect still on the loose this morning. Ronald Stevens now facing attempted murder charges, even though police haven't found him yet. You're taking a look at 2 good pictures of him right now. Madison police say surveillance video shows Stevens arguing with a man inside the temporary shelter on 1st Street on the city's east side, then shooting him 3 times at close range. Police consider Stevens to be dangerous and say he could be armed. Call 911 if you see him.
The shelter is under increased security this morning. It started last night with 2 security guards now being on site every day from 5 at night to 8 in the morning. Guests will also have to go through a weapons and metal detection screening process before being let in.
The Colorado massacre suspect due in court today for his first appearance, Ahmed Al-Alis, is expected to be charged with 10 counts of murder, 1 for each person killed in the Boulder supermarket shooting. Investigators haven't determined a motive yet for the rampage. CBS News has learned that Elise's mental health is being looked at as a potentially significant factor in the killings.
President Biden could use executive action on gun control, but Vice President Harris says it's not his preferred route. Harris says he'd rather have permanent change through legislation and is pushing Congress to pass changes on issues like expanding background checks. Monday's rampage in Boulder is the 2nd mass shooting in a week after last week's Atlanta spa shooting that left 8 dead.
The question of whether people can openly carry guns despite state restrictions will likely head to the U.S. Supreme Court. Just yesterday, a federal appeals court ruled that states can require gun owners to hold open carry licenses. To get a license, they have to show a need to protect themselves or their property. The ruling rejects a resident's Second Amendment claims. If the U.S. Supreme Court takes up the case, it could lead to the most significant ruling on firearms in the country in more than a decade.
Developing right now, Chicago police, SWAT, and the FBI are investigating after potential explosives were found in a unit in Chicago last night. Someone initially called police to the building for a death investigation early Wednesday morning. More than 12 hours later, police learned new information and decided to go back to the building. Those explosives were found in the same unit where officials found the dead person. The floor where police found the man's body has been evacuated, along with the floors above and below.
A U.S. official tells CBS News that the 2 missiles fired by North Korea are most likely short-range ballistic missiles. If this is confirmed, it would be a violation of UN resolutions. It would be a small escalation, too, from last weekend when the country launched 2 short-range cruise missiles. Those are not banned by sanctions.
The nomination is confirmed.
Dr. Rachel Levine is officially the first openly transgender federal official. She is the Assistant Secretary of the Health and the Department of Health and Human Services. Levine has served as Pennsylvania's Secretary of Health and Physician General. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer described Levine's confirmation as a milestone for the LGBTQ community.
President Biden is set to hold his first news conference of his presidency this afternoon. CBS News will air a special report covering the event from the White House. In addition to the pandemic, the president is expected to answer questions about the economy, the border crisis, and gun control.
The Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce is set to release survey results on the challenges small businesses are facing right now. 368 Greater Madison businesses responded. The chamber says they represent mostly small or locally owned businesses, including a significant percentage of women and minority-owned businesses. It's the 3rd survey conducted since the start of the pandemic. You can look for full coverage of those results on the Channel 3000 mobile app.
Governor Evers plans to host the 2nd of his 6 virtual Badger Bounce Back live sessions to discuss his biennial budget proposal today. Tonight's listening session will cover health care, including how to access affordable coverage, mental health services, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. That listening session starts at 6 o'clock this evening.
If you haven't gotten a stimulus check yet, it might have just hit your bank account. The IRS sent 37 million payments yesterday, bringing the total distributed so far to 127 million. Most of those were through direct deposit. The government will send more stimulus payments in the form of debit cards or paper checks over the next few weeks.
And of course, we are dry in the Badger State in the meantime, but we're watching showers develop just back towards our south and west. Another area we're watching, that's the deep south. This is where a severe weather outbreak is likely headed into this afternoon. We have a high risk, level 5 out of 5, for places like Tupelo, Huntsville, and then other areas that could see strong storms include Nashville, Memphis, and Jackson. This is where a tornado outbreak is possible as we move through the afternoon. So if you know family down there, have friends down there, please give them a call and make sure that they are ready to go. 39 degrees is where our temperature stands. We do have lots of cloud cover out there. 43 is the temperature in Janesville right now. Platteville waking up at 40. As you plan the day, temperatures warm up towards 47 degrees. We'll see the chance for showers, especially later on this evening. Some of those may mix with snow as things wind down later tonight.
All right, thank you, Chris. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.